in 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people from all over the world, welcome to Scampone Personal Training. I am your trainer, G, and here we have the Isophit. The Isophit is an isometric training tool. I'm going to be completing a full workout for you on this today, while also doing a podcast to explain to you the different positions and exercises you can be using with Isometrics. If you have followed me, you know that I invest a lot of time and energy into Isometrics because I believe it to be the most effective, efficient way to become healthy, stable, and strong. Isophit is a product made by Brad Thorpe. It's Isophit. I've been wanting to get my hands on this unit for a long time, and I have done it. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I'm here live with it now. This is mine. I purchased this. I own this. It's mine. I've taken clients through it so far. This will be my own personal first workout here. Brad likes to explain this as a fancy wall. Isometrics, if you don't know, it's pressing, pulling, holding position against an immovable force. This bar moves up and down to different positions. It is marked on the side of the unit by 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, and 90 degrees. If you bring it all the way up, it gets you to 90 degrees, 90-degree angle here. Today I'm going to be completing the 30-in-30 program that Brad has created. This is 30 positions in 30 minutes, 45-second contraction, 15-second transition period, 10 low body, 10 core, 10 upper body. I recommend, if you are going to do isometrics, get yourself set up with a program, because isometrics is so versatile and dynamic, you can get lost. It's important to have a structure when you get set up, a beginning, middle, and end, a time frame, a time under tension. Again, my suggestion is 30 positions in 30 minutes, 45-second contraction, 15-second transition, 10 positions for each upper body, core, and low body. We're going to get right into it. I'm going to set my timer here, intervals. This is program 1, and here we go. I have a 10-second transition period right here. We're going to start with low body, as I said, and we're going to go into the leg press. Okay, so I'm driving my heels into the bar. I'm making sure all the muscles of my body are tense. I'm pressing through the bar. You become the weight. How much you press into the bar is how intense you will make each position. You are in full control here. Brad calls it the force matching technology, whereas as hard as you press into the bar will press back. It's always at 100% accuracy. You will never overload yourself. And we got 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. We got a 15-second transition period. We're going to stand up. We got a Zercher squat coming. The leg press to the Zercher squat, one of my all-time favorite transitions. This is going to get the heart rate up. You just need to focus on muscle contraction. There's even more pressure on me to complete this because you guys are all watching, all 461 of my subscribers. Someday that's going to be 4,000, but for now it's 400, and I appreciate all of you. Doesn't matter how many, it matters the quality of the subscribers. Okay, so right here, I'm pressing my feet into the ground. I'm keeping my elbows underneath my shoulders, sticking my butt towards the wall, and breathing. We got 10 seconds. I'm going to press as hard as I can go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Okay, we're going to move the bar down to 30 degrees. It's as simple as pulling the bar to the side and moving it down. We got hip abduction. I'm going to start this way. This type of isometrics crushes the hips and the core like nothing else. So if you're someone who feels like they're weak around the spine, do isometrics. You are focusing a specific intensity in a specific joint angle, and you're increasing your time under tension. Each muscle contraction is 45 seconds of time under tension. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, rest. If I were to just do this, it may be 1 second contraction, 1 second contraction, 1 second contraction. You're not getting the full stimulus. Here, it is muscle tension for all 45 seconds. So we're optimizing muscle contraction. If you can't tell, my breathing is going up. As long as I'm still able to have a conversation with you, I should be okay. If you hear me go quiet, it's because that specific exercise I'm doing is kicking my ass. So I'm thinking about driving my feet apart here, pulling my toes up, standing tall in my posture, trying not to lean too much, doing the best that I can. Good. Okay. And program 1 really rocks. I think we're going internal rotation. Really rocks the hips. We're back this way. What I love about isometrics is we're doing a hip abduction. We're going to internally rotate that knee. Okay, so just rotating at the hip creates a completely different feel and muscle activation. It takes 1 second of your time to rotate in and hit a different muscle group. During dynamic movement, you have to do a completely different exercise to get this stimulus, or a completely different machine. And if that machine isn't giving you the same feel, the machine is useless to you. Here in isometrics, it's super personal. You find the positions that are contracting the muscles that you want to work, and you hold it. Rest. Okay, so an internal rotation of the knee. I hope I'm not talking too much. Internal rotation of the knee at the hip gets a little bit more of the glute. So I'm thinking about contracting that mid glute and even the full glute because I don't have to worry about moving. All I have to worry about is holding and contracting the muscles that I want to contract. So I'm thinking about toes in alignment, inward, internal rotation at the knee, standing tall, separating my feet, driving my other foot that's on the platform, driving that down. I'm also getting activation here in this hip, this glute. 2 for 1. Lots of lactic acid buildup, lots of burn. Just squeeze through the burn and rest. Okay, we got 2 more hip exercises. Now we're going to externally rotate. So a lot of single leg here. My hips are screaming right now, but I'm working my way through it. External rotation, it's going to get more of the quadricep and a little bit of the hip flexor here. Still, this leg here is still screaming at me that it's being contracted and all the muscles are being used. Another important part of isometrics is tendon stiffness. We are not only increasing the strength and durability of the muscle, we're also improving the stiffness of the tendons. Whereas if the tendons are stiff and strong, there's not much play in the joint. There's not much play. 2, 1. If there's play, there's inertia and there's tears. If there's minimal play, we're safe and strong and stable. Okay. Last exercise is going to activate the hip. We're going to externally rotate outward, standing tall on the foot that's down and breathing. I feel this in the obliques and the trunk, as well as the hips, the quadricep. A little bit of trembling going on means I'm getting a little bit of muscle fatigue. My central nervous system is firing. All the nerves that support my muscles and my ligaments are working maximally right now. Okay. Whoa, my hips are on fire. Okay, we got 2 more low body exercises. We're gonna go into a deadlift. I'm actually gonna spin this around so I'm facing you guys. And we're gonna get this deadlift down to 30 degrees, which we are at. Okay, feet underneath the shoulders, feet underneath the bar. We're pulling up on the bar, keeping our nose over our toes, setting our shoulders back. We're thinking about driving our feet through the ground and sticking our butt towards the wall to keep the natural curve of the spine intact. We don't want to round up, okay? We want to keep that S curve in place, sticking your tailbone towards the wall. Firm grip on the bar. I imagine that I'm pulling the bar up and back towards the wall to engage my lats. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. One of my all-time favorites are the deadlift. Okay, last low body exercise. Horizontal calf raise. We're at 30 degrees. This is one of my favorite exercises here too. This is hitting all the posterior chain. Toes are going to be on. Hips are going to be up. And I'm driving my head and my hands into the ground to start to activate my upper body. I'm thinking pressing through my toes and activating my calves. So I imagine that the muscles from my neck down to my calves are what's keeping my hips up. Full muscle contractions, hips stay up, squeezing the posterior chain. Great. There's my lower body set. Now we're moving to the trunk, and we're going to start with spinal extension at 30 degrees. I'm actually going to lower this one here. Okay. Another one of my favorites is spinal extension, shoulder extension, triceps, low back. This is like a cobra. Keeping the arm straight, pressing up, keeping your fists neutral. A lot of tension in the lumbar area and the triceps. Great. Okay. We're going to go to a crunch at 30 degrees. Like I said, Isometrics is truly amazing for the ab area. So we're driving the knees in and we're pushing our hands against the bar. So 2 things are happening right now. Hip flexion, knee towards your chest, hands away from you. That tension and resistance is created from the ab muscles and not the shoulders. So we're trying to compress the bar, using our abs, keeping our belly button down. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Move this a little bit closer to me here. Okay. Pike at 90 degrees. I'm actually going to go 75 degrees. I'm going to spin around. Okay. If you can keep your legs straight, do that. My hamstrings have never been loose enough to be able to straighten my legs and hit the pike this way. So if you notice, I have a little bit of knee bend, but I'm still trying to drive my shin into the bar, drive my fist into the bar. Keep the spine down, low back down. Flexion of this trunk. Whew. That's such a good one. Pike with a slight rotation. So we're going to get rotation, a little bit of trunk rotation. Maybe fire up some obliques, a different part of the lumbar area. Okay, so legs are up and against. Now I'm pressing to my left. Actually, I'm going to go here. Crazy amount of tension in the abs. This is where it's getting hard for me. Gotta fight through. At any point, if you have to set your feet down and rest, you can. That's the beauty behind using the Isophit. You don't have to set the weight stack down. You don't need someone to spot you. Wow, that was really tough. You don't need someone to spot you. You just relax your muscles, recover, and re-engage, and continue on. Of course, the goal is to sustain contraction for 45 seconds. But some of these positions are extremely difficult. So you can progress your way up by just resting. You'll notice that my legs aren't even touching the bar right now. I'm trying my best, but I'm getting muscle fatigue. My hamstrings aren't allowing me to get full hip flexion. Wow. Okay, we're going to obliques at 45 degrees. We're going to a side plank here. Okay, just be careful when you're moving around the bar. Okay, trying to stack up your hands and your shoulders down to your elbow that's down. You can either be split here or feet stacked up. We're not only holding position, but we're driving our hips up to get the overcoming isometrics aspect of it, which just increases intensity. Try and keep your hips pushed through. Don't round here. Stay straight as an arrow from your head down to your feet. Okay, other side. Again, think about posture. We want to be in a good bone structure before we aggressively engage the muscles. Okay, keep pressing up, pressing up. Do as best you can today. Press as hard as you can today. Don't let up. Think about driving your elbow down to your feet and your feet up to your elbow. Okay, looks like we got 2 more. No, we got 3 more trunk exercises. This one is one of my favorites. I'm gonna stay at 45. This is runner's plank One foot's down, one foot up. And we're going to externally rotate the leg that's up to get more glute activation. This is one of the best glute exercises I can prescribe because we're getting hip extension and external rotation. Also, the quad of the leg that's down is keeping you straight and sturdy, so that's activated. My glutes are fired right now. Okay. Wow. Okay, 2 more low body exercises. How we all doing? You guys doing good? That's good. Hope this is interesting to you. I mean, watching someone do isometrics is probably not the most entertaining thing you could possibly do on YouTube, but hopefully I bring some value there. Again, external rotation at the hip, driving one leg up, one leg down, separating the feet. It's getting my shoulders fired up too. Okay, we're on to one more low body exercise. Okay, and we're going 45-degree leg raise here. Ooh. Uh-oh, I'm a little behind. Okay, legs straight, toes pointed up towards me. Brace yourself by making a T out of your hands. Okay, core is done. Superman at 30 degrees. I'm actually going to lower it to 15. Upper body. Okay. Clients that have low back pain. I use isometrics a lot. You know, I use isometrics all the time with clients because it's safe and difficult, easy to instruct, and the clients feel it. Because you have 45 seconds of time under tension, you can take a moment in time to make sure you're in the right position, contracting the right muscles. So I'm able to be specific with them. If I want to be sturdy in the lumbar area, we got 45 seconds to get there. Okay, Superman. Okay, oh, the push-up. Heck yeah, 30 degrees. Push-up is no joke, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so the bar's at your chest. You're driving your hands down, keeping your legs straight. I like to think this is a full body exercise because I'm bracing from my core down through my knees and my quads, all the way to my ankles and toes, pressing up. Keep the hips up, don't let them drop. Hips in alignment with the shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. We can go to a chest press next. Yeah, we're gonna stay right at 30. Okay, wow. The push up to the chest press is an incredible sequence. My chest and arms are already fatigued. Now I just have to press. You know, honestly, like, it's already hard just to keep my hands up in the air at this point, let alone pressing. It doesn't look hard from YouTube, but man, it's extremely hard. But I'm almost through it, and it's very fun. Okay, I think we're going to a horizontal row. We are. We're gonna get up to 90, it looks like. Actually, I'm gonna go this way so you can see how my feet are set up. Horizontal row. Pushing your chest up into the bar if possible. Keeping your hips high and your feet flat. And you're thinking about driving your elbows down and engaging the muscles from the elbow to the neck. Squeezing the upper back muscles. Driving your chest into the bar as hard as you can. If you can't get there, just hover in space for yielding isometrics. Pressing into the bar for overcoming isometrics. Pressing your feet down. Good. Okay, I think we go into a shoulder extension. Seated at 90 degrees. Okay. Spine straight up and down if possible. Pressing up like a front raise. Keeping the legs straight. Get a little bit of a hamstring stretch here. Front delts, even lateral delts are on fire right now. Keep pulling up. Hands up to the sky, arms straight, shoulders down. We don't want the shoulders near the ears. Keep the shoulders down and back. Rest, okay. Now we got one of my favorites, shoulder flexion. Almost like a seated pullover. If you guys know me, you know that I like the Nautilus pullover machine. But man, is this one special. So I'm thinking about puffing up my chest, keep my shoulders down, my shoulders back, pressing down with the hands, down with the hands, and engaging my lats, trying to complete like a Nautilus pullover. Again, focusing on the muscle that's most contracted, driving down from there. With isometrics, you don't have to worry about reps. You don't have to worry about sets and completing how many reps you're gonna get and everything like that. All you're focusing on is the muscle and in engaging and fatiguing the muscle. I like to think of it as yoga and weightlifting combined. Okay, shoulder abduction, seated, 90 degrees. Once again, shoulders down and back, spine straight up and down, legs straight, separating the hands. If you've made it this far with me, write a comment below and say, I made it this far. That's all I could come up with right now, ladies and gentlemen. Another note I want to make is you're training your nervous system to activate more muscle fiber. So if you're not training your nervous system, your body is super efficient. It only wants to turn on a little bit amount of muscle fiber when you're doing activity. So your nerves aren't trained to stimulate and stabilize. Isometrics improves neuromuscular activity, meaning the connection between the nervous system and the musculature. So literally improving everything throughout the body without wear and tear on the joints. I feel like if you're watching this video, I don't really even have to sell you on Isometrics because you found me and I found you. So you're already kind of bought in. My suggestion is to go even further and go all in on it. And again, okay, so sorry, we're doing an adduction, shoulder adduction. All right, my hands are on the outside, I'm driving in, almost like a chest fly. Feel a little bit in the front delts, biceps, in the chest area. There's also a chest fly variation we could do, but we're not gonna do that today. I got 2 more exercises. We're standing here for our last 2 exercises. One of my all-time favorites is a bicep curl with a front squat. So just to put the icing on the cake here, we're activating the biceps, but because we're bent at the knees and the hips, the muscles around the knees and the hips are activated. And the harder we press through the hands, the more our abs have to stay stabilized to keep us upright. We got 2 more exercises. Keep pressing the feet down, natural curve of the spine. Firm grip on the bar. Squeeze through the pinkies. Muscle activation. Last exercise, I'm gonna rotate it this way. Okay, again, another full body. It's shoulder extension, the skier, the hips underneath the pad, knees bent, arms back, nose over toes, triceps, upper back, and legs. Best for last. This is similar to a wall sit with shoulder extension. Finish strong here. Everything you got, pressing hard, as hard as you can go. Heart rate's up. Ooh, wow. Okay, recover. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. My first workout with the Isophit by Brad Thorpe at Isophit. Follow me, subscribe for more isometric content. That was the 30 and 30, program 1. As you can tell, I'm pretty gassed. For more information on isometrics, follow Isophit, Isophit, on YouTube and Instagram. If you'd like to support, go ahead and purchase yourself Isophit Strength Kit. Well worth the money and more. Something you can use for the rest of your life, and I truly mean that. To get an impressive physique and injury prevention and muscle and spine stabilization. I recommend this for all people, especially athletes, to improve in all areas of your life. Thank you for watching. We'll give it a little bit of a flex to complete this. G, Scampone Personal Training, Isophit, 30 and 30, program 1, over and out.